Hey everybody, I just got done watching Blunty 3000's video. It's named Hate America. You should all check it out. Don't get offended by it, because it is true. Basically, what happened was Blunty 3000 had a dialogue slash argument with some Americans. You can watch the movie and see for yourself, but there was a comment made by one of these Americans that really struck me as odd and funny, and it just goes to show some things. He pretty much said, "No, I think you really hate America, and for that I do not only lose respect for you, but you just lost a subscriber. You are also going to hell because God loves America the most, and He kills whoever disagrees or hates us." Wow. Wow. This guy said that to Blunty 3000. Okay, sure, he could have been sarcastic with this, or not. Maybe he was actually this idiotic and actually made this statement from his heart and actually believed this. You know how absurd this is? This is ridiculous. See, we all grow up in America under this impression that we are the best, that we know everything, that we are the highest power, all these things that overlap everything. And other countries, tend to hate us for that. In all reality, we are no better than any other country, but we're just brought up to think that way, and that's why many Americans are so gung-ho. They think they're on top of the pedestal, when in all reality they're not. And unfortunately, that's why a lot of other countries hate us for our ignorance. I mean, that quote was what that guy said to Blunty was a classic example of how ignorant Americans are. Personally, I wish I would have grew up in a different country. But that didn't, I was dealt the cards I was given, and I had to live it. One thing that I really do hate, though, that a lot of people in other countries and other areas do, they have this stereotype they label Americans with, fat, stupid, ignorant. They think they're the best. That's a stereotype. Which, don't get me wrong, that a lot of people are that way, but not all of Americans. There's a lot of people, such as myself, that see through, the bullshit ego that a lot of Americans have, and what I don't know if we're expected to have it, but there's a good amount of us that see through that, and we're not that way. But there's a lot of people that are just very ignorant to certain things. And that person that made that quote, and many other people that do things like that, need to realize that they're not so far up on the pedestal. It's just the way they were brought up, and they just need to stop being so ignorant, because America's nothing big. America's nothing special, but a lot of people in America think it is. It's sad. I've even seen some videos where people walk around the streets of New York or anywhere where it's like a city environment, and I think this guy was from the U.K. in the one video, and he was walking around asking questions, and he was asking Americans who should we invade next? Who should America invade next? And these people would rattle off countries like they think America should rule the world, or whoever's showing any hostility we should just take out. It's ridiculous. But yet he asked them who Fidel Castro was, and they don't even know who the heck he is. They don't even know anything about different countries. And one thing that really made me drop my jaw, this guy actually took North Korea, the text, put it on New York, right? And he showed these people the world map, and he said, "Can you point out North Korea for me?" And they would point to New York, actually believing that's where North Korea was. I was shocked. Honestly, I was shocked by it. And a lot of people were doing that. They're like, there it is. They have not seen a map before. It's what the heck? If you haven't seen some of this stuff, you got to check it out and realize how dumb some people are. I mean, people, give us a bad name sometimes. But as for your question, Blunty, I don't want this person speaking for me or America, the country I live in. Even though there's a large majority of people that are like that, I don't want them speaking for me, because they just make us look like idiots. And as for George W. Bush being president, I know, people have voted him in and whatnot, but I was not one of them. I definitely wouldn't have voted for him. I when I vote, like upcoming election, I'm definitely going to vote, and I'm going to do some background search on as many of the candidates as I can, and vote accordingly. Uh, I don't know why people voted George Bush in. I really don't. It's actually pretty funny though when you think about it, because when 9/11 did happen, and up to that point, I think a lot of people thought George Bush was doing a great job, and I think when 9/11 did occur, he handled it very well. He handled it really well. I mean, at least that's what a lot of people thought, and I even thought that myself. Until about, half a year later, when we started doing all the invasion and whatnot, and he just started really messing up. Hence him being an idiot at so many conferences and sounding like a moron. I don't know, it just went downhill up until 9/11 and a little afterwards. He seemed like a great president to me, and I think to many others, but then after that it just went downhill, like bam. People just need to realize that they're all equal, and we're so vastly similar to one another on the inside, but we're brought up to realize the differences in people way too much that it just affects society as a whole. And I just hope that more people realize this, and we stop having this gun ho, I'm high up on the pedestal, better than you type thing with continents and countries. I just think it's retarded. But other than that, Blunty, I don't know what to tell you. I haven't grown up in a different country, but I'm sure even right now, I think a lot of Americans are ignorant in certain ways, and I live here. So, but as for your question, no, I don't want people like that representing the United States of America. But I think those types of people outnumber the people that are not ignorant, in the United States. But whatever. Have a good day. Peace out.